Hello everyone, welcome back to Sterlingshire Homestead. So, interesting news. So the tiny house, right? I called up my insurance agency to change some stuff on hopefully covering the shed. And they said they can cover the shed, which is good. So it's covered for like $3,500. The materials we used to make it were about $1,800, so labor makes it about $35. That seems fair. So that's what I covered it for. Well, I called her. I also asked our insurance person if she could insure the tiny house, and she says, oh yeah, I got a company that we work with for special cases. Yours might fit. And she said, well, if you can, she called me back and she said, well, if you can secure your tiny house just like they do mobile homes by putting down footings and cementing it in and locking them in, then we can insure your house on a modified mobile home contract. So that's what we're doing, because the tiny house isn't worth just $3,500. Just the materials to build this were $8,000. It's probably worth somewhere closer to about 25. So we've been using cement. I bought little pieces of rebar. I bent those myself with Maddie. We bent them with our raw power and then hammered them so they fit the way they're supposed to. And then we have regular concrete we're mixing up in the wheelbarrow, and we dug the holes with the excavator. And that's what I was going to do on Sunday. I told you guys in my last video I had to work Sunday, and we put the rebar bits down in here. You guys can see that. So eventually a hook can grab onto that rebar and we can hook it right into this metal piece on the tiny house, and I have that in all four corners. So we dug all that out, and hopefully we're going to use those to then secure the house, and that way we'll get coverage on the house as a mobile home. And because we'll have coverage on the house as a mobile home, Maddie, then we'll have coverage on the shipping container, because that'll be considered an outbuilding finally, which will be awesome. So it's lots of work, and we're just happy we had the excavator for the extra day and had the extra time yesterday. It's Monday today, but I dug the holes yesterday and I bought the forms and the concrete on Sunday, so that was all good. But all in all, the whole project to get the tubes in and get the footings poured is only about $120, because we're doing it ourselves. You know how we do it around here. Sterlingshire Homestead way. Save yourself the money. Anyway, so we got one done. We're working on the second, and hopefully we'll finish 3 and 4 today. And then after that, we'll put the dirt back in after the forms are set, and then done and done. Lock the house in, get it covered. Woo! Anyway, we'll see you when these are done and we're pulling the forms off. Okay, welcome back. We're all done with our last concrete piece. We're using our awesome water tank, completely full, to clean off all of our tools. And we got all of our stuff in. We got this one here, was our last one. We got the one back here. And every single one of these has that rebar piece in the top that will hopefully hold and marry up and match with the underside of the trailer, so we can put in some pieces to hold the trailer down. So pretty good for concrete footing. It's all done. And yes, I know that concrete looks like it's hardly wet, but that's the point. The less water you have in the concrete, the better. Maddie's now going to take a nail and write a bunch of stuff inside the concrete. And once they're all done, we'll pull the forms and we'll show you how it goes. But then after that, we'll hopefully be able to insure the tiny house. So we'll see you back. Alright, so we poured the footings, and then we added this. That is 5/16 stainless steel aircraft cable, meant to hold 2,000 pounds. That's working load 2,000 pounds. I think the actual stress breaking load is about 4,000. So we took these on each one, and we wrapped them around the tube frame. You can see I went over and into the wood, and I sealed that back up. And then it comes out on the other side, and then it's locked in. They're not like perfectly tight, but they're tight enough that if it would blow in a storm, it'd only move a couple inches. And we have that on all four corners. And They're all facing in towards the center of the trailer. That way if the wind blows from this way, it's protected, or this way it's protected, or this way it's protected, because there's always at least two holding it in whatever direction the wind is blowing from. And then here's the one from the back. This one's probably the one that I got the tightest out of all of them. And then our last one up front. And because we got this all secured down now, I was actually able to secure a policy from Allstate Insurance for they call it a modified mobile home policy. Because that's all secured down, they gave me a mobile home policy on it for $40,000 is what I asked for coverage for. And then also I asked for coverage on the container and on my shed in the back. All because we have it secured to the ground now. So if you're building a tiny house, that's definitely a way to go. Put it on a trailer to start, and then add spaces for securing the trailer down once you get it in place. Anyway, this has been Isaac and Maddie at Sterlingshire Homestead. See you next time.